Hi there, this is Tamiko, Syrie, real estate agent with the Kinsey Moore Group, and I hope you are doing great. Despite the worldwide events that's going on, the COVID-19 virus, it kind of has us in a shift in the way that we do things, but I hope that you have some type of normalcy as best you can during these times, and I hope that you're being safe and well and smart, and just following some of the rules and just making sure that you stay healthy. I wanted to get on really quickly so that I could share some news. I did get some information from the Texas Real Estate Commission, and there is an addendum in place for this virus, and that's going to help some of the buyers and the sellers so that there are a few things in place that will protect you as we go into this season of uncertainty. But the thing I can tell you that is certain is this has affected all people, corporations, small businesses, real estate agents who have our small businesses, as well as just everyone. It's affected how we do business and what's going on. You know, we're showing houses with gloves and having our clients wait in the car, and then we chit-chat on about the house and what they want to do as far as moving forward by way of phone or virtually in terms of video chat or FaceTime. So it does shift how we do things. It doesn't stop how we do things. Just remember that. There's still sellers out there that need to sell their house. They have maybe a foreclosure they're trying to prevent. There may be some relocations that are going on. There just may be lots of situations that's making people want to sell. So people are still selling their houses as well for buyers. There's still people who are ready to move. I'm working with several buyers. They just don't want to rent anymore. And then there are some other reasons. I have some others that are moving from one state to another because they don't want to live in the state that they're in. So will some of those things possibly be delayed? Maybe. But people are still going to move on with their lives as much as they can within reason. So things don't stop. You just have to find a way to get it done. So kind of move with the shifts and kind of adapt with the way things are going so that you're not sitting back and so that you don't get lost. When things change and things shift, you don't want to be the one in the background thinking, dang, I should have started that or I should have done that. You know, get on the bandwagon of maybe innovating how something should be done or catching on to how they're being done now so that you're not left by the wayside. But I am digressing. I want to talk about COVID-19 addendum and what that means for you is in terms of buyers and sellers. I put on my glasses tonight because I wanted to make sure I didn't miss any points that I wanted to make sure I captured regarding this addendum for our Texas residents. And so the first thing that it does is it gives you a 30-day extension of the contract date. And this is if there is an involuntary or voluntary quarantine or closure that is due to the COVID-19 virus. So if that does affect you in that way, you can definitely get this addendum signed to get a 30-day extension, which is great because things do come up, things do happen. And if you have some type of closure or quarantine, that may put a little bit of a, delay or a halt to some things. So having a 30-day extension so that you don't lose the house that you like and so that you can keep this contract going is awesome. This is not just for the buyers and sellers. The good thing about this 30-day extension is if anyone that is affected in this way and they're party to the contract or provide some type of service in this particular transaction, it covers them too. So that would be your title company, your appraisers, your inspectors, etc. So that's a good thing because that gives you a lot more time because in 30 days, a lot can change. It can either get worse, I don't pray that, or it can definitely turn around. So that's a good thing. That's a good thing. The second way that this helps our sellers and our buyers, or the second way that you're affected is if the closing does not happen for any reason after those 30 days, the buyer and seller, or seller rather, can terminate that contract. So it does give you an out that you're like, okay, I don't want to extend anymore. I want to go ahead and terminate this contract. And the good thing about this is the buyer does not lose their earnest money. If it falls within this particular addendum, you will not lose your earnest money if you terminate. If for some reason the closing does not happen after the 30-day extension. Yay. So that's great because the one thing as an agent I always want to do, sorry, I hate messing with my hair. But the one thing that you want to make sure you're doing as an agent is you're making sure you're paying attention to timelines and deadlines, and you're also making sure that you're protecting your client. You're either protecting your seller or your buyer, because if you don't ever want it to be that for some reason your buyer did not get their earnest money back and it was because of something that you didn't do or that you didn't tell them. So I always preach deadlines and making sure my clients know you can lose your earnest money if you don't go through with this. You can lose your earnest money if we're not within contract. You can lose your earnest money if we don't meet this deadline, blah, 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 because that's very important. I don't like seeing anybody lose any amount of money for any reason. And as an agent, I surely don't want my clients to. So anyway, that's a good thing. So you don't lose your earnest money. Last thing I wanted to mention about this is if the buyer suffers a loss of income due to the COVID-19 virus and they cannot fund their loan, either party, the buyer or the seller, can terminate the contract and the buyer still gets back their earnest money. So this COVID-19 addendum has been put in place. It is great because, again, I think it will give people a little bit more time on their transactions, and it will also protect buyers from losing their earnest money if for any reason the transaction doesn't close, if it does fall within this COVID-19 addendum. So talk to your real estate agent, me. Just give me a call, 214-684-1027. Let me know if you have any questions, but this is a good thing. I love the fact that as a nation, it seems like sometimes when things happen and when it doesn't happen to be in our favor, that the powers that be are still trying to find ways that we can help people to be okay, you know? So again, there's always going to be buyers, there's always going to be sellers, there's going to be people who want to lease first, then they buy, and I am here to help you. So again, if you have any questions on this new addendum put out by Texas Real Estate Commission, give me a call. I'll be glad to answer any questions. You can text me, you can call me, you can message me, and I will be glad to help. Again, signing off, Tamiko, Syrie, real estate agent with the Kinsey Moore Group. Have a good one.